Walking away will always be one of the most powerful things that you could do. So it's something that you should know. First off, it's going to come with a challenge. I feel like this topic in general is much easier said than done. And that's also why it makes it be so powerful even more, because it's an act, right? It's like you showing to her at this point, take me serious. What I'm doing is serious regardless, however she receives it. But it's just making sure also when you walk away, you're not coming back. So that already makes it a very much serious thing. Now, on to the topic of like actually the power of walking away, what is going on with you. It's gonna be a challenge of like, you're showing your masculine strength and bringing out that masculine energy, that part of you that's showing that like, I'm not gonna be soft, I'm not gonna be coming back, I don't have to submit and be sensitive, those sorts of stuff, right? So before I continue on, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, of course subscribe. And also I want y'all to let me know if you want a part 2. And if you're wanting a part 2, there's different ways that I'm gonna have for this video. So like, when I'm saying this, I'm saying like different topics I'll be talking about, different things that are going to be happening while you're actually walking away. Your emotions, we're really going to get into that in this video, but also what happens with her in the process, breaking it all down in different aspects. All right, so comment for that part 2 and other comments that you do have. So right back to this topic. So let's just start off with, when you do walk away, you give yourself no other choice. This simply means that you're showing that there's no other way to do it. You know, when you're doing something like no contact, where it's kind of similar to walking away, because when you walk away, you're now transitioning into doing no contact. But the thing is, once you take that action, it's really, what did you do before and after? So let me just give you an example. Let's say if you're just tired of her games, you're tired of getting played, pushed around, you feel like she's testing you constantly, what you then need to do is place those boundaries, and having expectations and standards will always be a must. Now, here's the thing. You shouldn't be in a relationship or a situationship, whatever it is, where you have to constantly reinforce boundaries and expectations, and somebody needs to get up to the standards of what you're expecting, but yet they can't do it. So if she's making it be like, oh, you're the problem, making it be turned around and becoming narcissistic in the process, you're gonna be, first of all, the one that has to lead, of course, but you have to make sure that this is the last time. Hence why the power of walking away is walking away. And that's gonna be powerful realistically only if you do it and you don't look back, and you don't feel the need to go back to reinforce those boundaries. And also remember, for her to take you more serious, she has to know that you mean what you're saying, right? That's why the action of walking away already is going to be good for you to do. But that's where it's like, don't walk away if you have a sense that you're going to come back. Like, yes, some of you guys are going to want to do this because you're hoping that this is going to be the solution, this is going to get you the results that you want. But it really needs to be about, okay, does she understand that she needs to change? Did she try to do that? Do you keep getting taken advantage of? Does she walk all over you? Those sorts of stuff is where you have to already be attentive to know what your situation's like, just so you know also when you're walking away, it is for a good purpose, simply meaning that this is it, you got to be gone. Now, if y'all want to get on the line and talk about your situation, have a more personal experience, and it's going to be obviously direct, we can go ahead and do that during a consultation. All you have to do is click the link down below, and let's get on the line and talk about it. And also remember, consultations are about anything. So it could be an actual issue, problem, what you want to do with her, or what you want to do with anything else. All right, so click that link. It's in the bottom in my bio, and it will be pinned in my comments. And also, I do have other products, other things that you guys can use. So if you want to check those out instead, then you can go do that on my website. Now, let's go on to what she's going to be feeling while you are gone, once you've walked away. So I'll give you another example. This could be her feeling the emotions of like, your absence is actually gone. So like, if it was before where you said, hey, like, I'm done with you, and then you left, right? Let's say you guys are in her place and she's telling you, okay, do whatever, you left. But if you go ahead and text her, like, let's say the next day, that's not powerful enough. That doesn't make you leaving, walking away, and also it's not walking away for good. So when you cut the communication in the process, once I already had somebody like say their boundaries, expectations, like you should know it yourself. But if you're struggling with that, that's also why consultations are available. But back to like, if you don't do it first, if you don't know how to go about it, you don't want her to think that you're very much soft, so you don't know how to stand up for yourself. And also, when somebody gets walked all over, like fellas, what you're gonna have is this girl looking at you as somebody that she could do that to if you're actually allowing it to be. So you could say all these boundaries and enforce them over and over. Of course, I don't want y'all to reinforce, but just think about it like, okay, this is the second time, or this is a different situation. At this point, I have to say it differently. So it's really being attentive to exactly what's happening and what you really do need to do that's going to be suitable for your actual situation. So let's just go on to the next thing of you walking away. If you left and you know that she's going to probably hit you up in a few days, or you know that she's difficult and challenging, it's not your time to be like, well, I got to come back around and explain this to her. Or something so bad would be telling her, hey, like, I'm not gone for good. Like, what was the whole point of walking away, right? And especially if you're really upset, especially if you just feel like this is just constantly happening and it's just too much at this point, then why are you even sticking around? And another topic when I talk about this, something similar where it's like the power of walking away, no contact, I will go into more details of like what you need to be focused on, because the other key important thing is what you're doing in the process once you've walked away, right? Like I said, it's the before and after that really means something, and the after is so important because what are you going to be doing? Do you have to walk away for good? And that's also something kind of a little bit separate than just walking away. That's why I have other videos out there that's the power of walking away for good. Now, if you're back to this situation of like you left, she's trying to talk to you, she's texting you, at that point, once you've walked away, and this is actually physically obviously happening, then you have to know like, okay, did I break up with her, or did I make it clear that I'm done with her? Because those mind games, these tricks that can come up, that's happening, the testing you, it can only come to an end by you going ahead and showing like, I walked away and I'm detaching myself. So that's another topic in itself, and that's something I definitely will bring up in a separate video. But think about your weaknesses. This is how we'll close off. So think about some of those weaknesses, areas that you know you really need to work on. So that simply can be, I gotta show that like I'm standing on business, I'm standing my ground at this point. So that simply means if you're not that good at it, don't let her back in. Something as simple as like that could be effective. If this means that you want to see specific stuff where she's actually giving you apologies, you never get an apology, where you feel like, okay, I'm actually getting the chase, I never felt that ever, if that's what you're looking for, then these are things that you have to actually physically see happening. Now, in another video that I bring up, like a key thing is going to be like, when you walk away also, like what's your purpose behind it? Like, right, like what are you doing this for? So if it's gonna be to get like back in let's say in a head frame, a headspace that's actually clear and is making right decisions, and you feel like when you get around her it's not helping you, do that so you could just at least fix yourself up, get your mind right, and you're at least good to go. So it could be all effective, and it could actually help the actual power of walking away, what you just done in your situation and what you did for yourself. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to check out all these other links that I have, and obviously if y'all don't know, a lot of y'all have been around, but welcome to all the new people. I do have a Patreon, so for exclusive content, just other things I'll never have on YouTube, you can go ahead and click the link and go check that out. And don't forget about the other products and everything else that I have to offer. And that's it. Bye, y'all. And if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, do that. Bye, y'all.